Thanks, Joe. Yeah, I had a decent week last Saturday, or decent race on Saturday up at Lincoln for Woody Greeno. We sat and rested quite a few people, and so it definitely had an impact to the team score. I think we rested 6 ladies and I think 4 guys. So not our full squad, but we had some people step up and run really, really well. Jake Zebarth on the men's side, Matthew Tolman on the men's side, both had good races. Ladies side, Morgan Coca stepped up and ran well. Liz Kettler ran well again too. So Slagle and Ryan on the guys side is their first race back, full race since last spring when they're coming back from injury. Both those guys performed well. And if you look at where they were a year ago, both of them were just a few seconds behind their times from a year ago, and that was with a full healthy spring and summer of training. So feel pretty good about where we're headed right now. Big goal for us this week is just kind of getting kids healthy. We've got really individualized training this week. Some people are taking a pretty light week, and a couple of the people who are healthy and training and running well, Marcos, Caroline Rupert, for example, are putting in some bigger workouts this week. So just kind of balancing things out this week, and then getting ready for Missouri next week, which will be a regional preview at that course. Will be a huge meet. Some of the best teams in the entire region, as well as further southwest. Baylor will be there and a few other big programs. So looking forward to what the next 2 weeks bring, and just at the same time lots of meetings out at Mahoney this week and next, trying to get ready for the home invite out there too. So.
Questions? Yeah, I guess we'll work backwards. But how many details are left for you to iron out still before that big?
Too many.
Yeah,
No, it's actually coming along really well. The biggest thing right now is just we need rain, and we've had good rain this past week, so that's been good. The crew out at Mahoney, they've done a phenomenal job where we started 2 years ago to where it is now, and it's not going to be the finished product this year. We have a couple years of work left to put in on that course, but I'll be out there literally all day this coming Friday. We have meetings out there Friday through the day, and then I think there's actually a media event out there Friday at 2:30, I believe, with State Park, UNO, Omaha Sports Commission, as well as us. And we're going to actually get a practice in out there this week on Friday, and just get our kids on the course and familiar with it. Yeah, there's definitely some work some of that's not until week of, and some of it's just the big progress and the big process of, hey, we want this area to be a little smoother, or we'd like better grass here, things like that, and that's going to take a year or two to get us to that final product yet.
In terms of its length and its difficulty, how does it compare in terms of the things that are big picture goals for you in terms of courses you'll run this year?
Woody Greeno, it's a manicured golf course. We'll go down to next week to Gans Creek, and Gans Creek at Missouri has built from scratch cross-country course. It's probably one of the top 5 cross-country courses in the entire nation. Like, we're talking like planted grass and underwater sprinklers for a cross-country course with automatic timing built in and scoreboards throughout that relay instant results. Will the Mahoney course ever be like that? No, it won't be. That was never the goal. The goal at the Mahoney course was to create a natural course using what's here, and to use our landscape that we have here, and to have it be a true cross-country course. So we're not going to have underground sprinklers and perfect bent grass, for our running paths, but it is coming along. It's going to be fantastic. We've got a lot of work that's been done, but definitely work to be done. The paths and the loops, it's going to be a fantastic course. It's 1,000 meters out, and then we have 2K loops and 1,000 meters back home. So spectator friendly, athlete friendly. It's very flat. Not a lot of hill and elevation gain, so it should be some fast times that come off of that. And so, we're just kind of looking forward to seeing what actually can transpire once we get our athletes out there on the course and have that first race.
Is there an ideal length of grass when it comes to not being too slow?
Short.
Yeah.
Ideal length of grass, fairway short. That would be, Coach Ferris, he's from England, and he gives me a bad time, and everybody around here a bad time. Cross country in England is over the river and through the woods and creek crossings and mud and everything else. And cross country in America is this as fast as we possibly can, as flat as we possibly can, manicured golf course type courses. And Ferris is always saying this isn't real cross country, this is running on a grass track. And I'm hoping that the course at Mahoney is going to be a balance of those two. It's not going to be this manicured perfect golf course footing that was a grass track. but it's also not going to be England cross country with it's over the river and through the woods and 12 inches of deep water and a creek crossing and everything else. So
Keep the feet dry.
exactly.
When you went out this weekend, did you have to manage your own competitive expectations considering the plan you had for how to approach that race?
Yeah, I think so. That's a great question, Matt. Like when we look at where we were 4 years ago, us, Joe mentioned it last week. We didn't even have the depth to do what we did this week. 2 years ago, I probably would have raced almost every one of those kids that I rested this week. And so some of that was just conversations with them. Some of that was just my understanding of where our program is. Abby Parker ran this weekend. She finished in our 6th, but Abby actually ran as a workout. We didn't actually race Abby. So like even her expectations going into it was like, hey, this is a workout. We're coming back from injury right now. Our goal was to finish and run well and hard, and she did, and she finished in our top 6. So that kind of gives you an idea where Abby might be right now. I think too, like looking at and talking with some of the guys. So a year ago yesterday, we came out ranked for the first time in school history as a program. And when we sit down and talk with the guys this week, the expectations, attitude, vibe, if you will, around the guys team is actually better than it was a year ago. I feel like a year ago we felt this pressure or this expectation of we've been ranked for the first time in program history, and now don't mess that up. Hang on to that. Like, oh, look, who's chasing us? The target's on our back. And I don't know that our team is going to be quite as good as we were a year ago. We lost some great talent in that senior class. But looking at where we're trending right now and the vibe and energy within the program, it is definitely in a better place as it was a year ago, which sounds kind of funny and crazy to say. It's just our vision for what we have and where we're moving is in a different place than it was a year ago. And that comes back to that culture piece that we've been talking about building here the last 4 years.
Anything else for Chris? Thanks, Coach.
Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot. Have a great week.